Hey everyone, welcome to Being Classy. In this video, I want to explain how to use OneDrive. So first, what is OneDrive? Well, OneDrive is a cloud-based storage. So very similar to Google Drive or iCloud. If you're familiar with how those work, essentially you're saving all of your files to a cloud-based service. So instead of saving it on your computer, you're saving it to Microsoft's cloud-based storage. There are a lot of benefits to doing this. The first, I would say, is you're not going to lose your work. I've had so many students in the past tell me that they've worked so long on a paper and all of a sudden their computer shut down and all of their work was lost because they had not saved it onto their computer yet. If you're saving to OneDrive, it'll automatically save for you and you can access it anywhere. So the first benefit to saving to OneDrive is the safety of saving your files. The second benefit to using OneDrive to save your files is accessibility. So you can access your files from anywhere on any device. So let's say I was working on a paper on my laptop at home and all of a sudden I found myself out and about and all I had was my phone. Well, I could access that file that I was working on my computer, on my phone through OneDrive. Or for example, let's say I was working on a paper on my computer, my personal laptop, and let's say I was at the library and I didn't have my laptop, but I needed to print my paper off at the library. Well, I could just go onto any computer, sign into my OneDrive account, and access my file to print it off. And thirdly, the benefit to saving to OneDrive is you can share and collaborate your files with other people. So students or colleagues or coworkers, you can share a link and be collaborating with one another instead of sending them a file and an email as an attachment, asking for them to review it, then they save it and send it back to you with the changes. No, you can do it in real time by adding comments, editing, and suggesting. So that's really beneficial as well. And lastly, when you are using a OneDrive file, let's say I'm sharing a Word document to a group of students and it's a schedule for our month, what we're going to be working on in class. If I share with them the link to that file, instead of just sharing a file to them, a physical file, if I share the OneDrive link with the file saved into my OneDrive, if I make any updates or changes to that schedule, students who have access to that file via the OneDrive link will automatically get those changes and updates. I remember when I first started teaching, I would maybe send out a schedule of what we'd be working on for our class for the month. And then a week later, I had to change it. And so I had to resend out the file to students because I wasn't sharing a cloud-based file. Now I like to make sure I share OneDrive files because if I have to make changes to a schedule or to directions, I can automatically do it from my account and it'll automatically populate those changes to whoever I shared that OneDrive file with. Let me go ahead and show you on the computer what OneDrive looks like, and then I'll share with you a few places that you can get started making sure all of the files that you're creating are saved to OneDrive. So this is OneDrive. It is free and accessible to anyone. Anybody can sign up and have access to OneDrive. The difference between the free versions and the paid versions are going to come with the storage space. So I do have a paid version. If you're under a work or school account, you probably also have a bigger storage than just the free version of OneDrive. But this is OneDrive. Notice it looks a lot like how you save files on your computer. Again, the difference is this is being saved via web cloud server. So it's automatically saved to Microsoft's cloud storage space, not onto your computer. Unless you set up OneDrive on your computer, which is a whole other thing I could talk about in a different video. Let's say I want to write a paper. So there's a few ways that you can do it. If you click on New in OneDrive, a drop-down menu will appear to all of the Microsoft applications that I could work on via web browser. So let's say I wanted to work on a Word document, I could click on Word document. The other way you could access those applications is by going to the top left corner to the waffle and clicking on that. If I wanted to access and start writing a paper, I could click on the word here. Now, whenever you are using a Microsoft application via web browser, it's automatically going to be saving all of your files to OneDrive because you're signed in on the web. I like to start here. That way I know everything's being saved, but I'll also show you how to do it on the desktop applications to make sure your work is being saved to OneDrive and not just to your computer. If you already have a file that you typed up that you need to save to OneDrive, you can upload that file from your computer by clicking on the upload button on the top of your screen. All right, so I wanted to work on a Word document. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up Word here. When I use Word on the web, remember it's automatically going to save to my OneDrive. So I would want to title my document appropriately so that way I can find it easily in my storage space. So let's say this is my argument essay that I'm working on. I'm going to go ahead and type in argument essay here under the document name. Now notice it's sharing to OneDrive. If I had folders within OneDrive, maybe English class, biology class, science class, I could also have that there and it could save into one of those files. But notice the save status, it's automatically being saved. So as I start typing, notice it's saying saving on the top left corner of your screen. So it's automatically saving all your work. So now if I go back to my OneDrive, look at this. My argument essay is right here automatically being saved to my OneDrive. So if I open it up, all my changes will be right there. Okay, so let's say you're using your Microsoft Word on your desktop. Okay, so here is my Microsoft Word via desktop application on a Mac operating system. If you have a PC, yours may look a little different, but what you're going to want to find is that sign in button, wherever it may be. If you already have a document open on a PC, that sign in button is going to be on the top right corner. But right now, I'm just on my landing page. So before I open up a document, I'm going to make sure I sign in. So I'm going to sign into that OneDrive account that I would like it to be saved to. That way I can automatically get my files saved while I'm working on it on my desktop application, saved to my OneDrive and not just my computer. So now I know that I'm signed in because I see my name here. I can click on here. Now my OneDrive account is connected. Again, if you're on a PC, you just want to find that sign in button. It might be on the top right corner. You might have to go to File, Account, and Sign In. However it may be, make sure you sign in. Now I can go ahead and create my document. So how do I make sure I am signed in? Well, the first way to know is if it's automatically being saved to OneDrive is to look in the top left corner of your screen. This will be the same for PC version of Microsoft Word desktop or Mac version. It's not being automatically saved. It says it's off. So click auto save on the top left corner of your documents. I hope this video was helpful for you getting started with Microsoft OneDrive, what OneDrive is, and why it's beneficial. If it was, please like this video, subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with all things being classy, and if anyone else will benefit from it, go ahead and share it out. Thanks, everyone.